Wave goodbye to Gotham, Midgar, and the lands between, because 2022 is coming to an end, and 2023 is practically bursting with games you're going to want to know about. So get your G502 X Plus at the ready. It's the perfect mouse to play such a versatile roster of games after all, and let's see what we've got to look forward to in PC gaming in 2023. One of the first releases to kick off the new year is the Square Enix-published action RPG Forspoken, where we'll be playing as New York native Frey Holland, who finds herself transported to Athea, a sprawling and dangerous land where she finds that thanks to a magical bracelet, she's able to use magic. Expect all the RPG classics: vast, gorgeous landscapes, a leveling system to work your way through, and a photo mode you'll get totally lost in. It's time to go back to World War II. A few of the games in this video, Company of Heroes was meant to be out in 2022, but Relic decided to take a little longer to bring back this classic RTS series. Once again, this is a heady combination of strategy and action, and the third in the series dives even deeper into the history of the conflict with fresh authenticity. The geography of the Mediterranean as our new theatre of war, and the most launched factions in this series so far, are just the tip of this tactical iceberg. It's been a long time coming. Must be a speed equaling distance over time thing. But Kerbal Space Program 2 is finally coming to early access on February 24th, 2023. The foundations of the first game are still here, but everything has been fully redesigned to deliver a modern spaceflight experience. A whole new generation of gizmos, fuel types and systems await our physics-obsessed brains. And the team says it has improved onboarding too, to make sure as many people as possible can jump in. It's time to accidentally learn rocket science all over again. Feeling sleepy? Well, this shot of caffeinated simulation should wake you up nicely. Espresso Tycoon is on the way in March to hand you the keys to your very own coffee shop. Not only do you need to create recipes with a 3D coffee editor no less, but also manage your staff and build your brand from the grounds up. Supply chains must be managed, and no one's going to arrive if you don't promote your pun-named establishment. Anyone up for a flat white from Been There, Done That? Let's switch from coffee to rum now, because come March 9th, we'll finally be able to set sail in Skull and Bones, the long-awaited high seas action-adventure from Ubisoft. Become the pirate captain you always knew you could be, and guide your crew across the open waters from rags to riches, literally. You'll be fighting both enemy vessels and the treacherous sea, upgrading your ship as you go. It looks like it's going to be everything we want from our pirates' exploits, a veritable treasure trove of adventure. It feels like only yesterday we were watching the original Dead Island 2 trailer. You know, the one with the jogger and the catchy song? But in actual fact, it was nearly a decade ago. Time flies, But finally, we're being rewarded for waiting oh so patiently for the second installment of the zombie-slaying RPG. Expect gore galore as you get creative with how you make sure the undead stay dead. It's set to come in late April, so plenty of time for you to dust off your chainsaw and your Walkman. Next up, we have Failbetter Games' new visual novel Mask of the Rose, a gothic, mysterious dating sim set in fallen London. It looks like London, smells like London, but it now exists in a vast cavern under the earth. Uncover the secrets of this new London, solve a murder mystery, and craft the narrative you want to see. Whether that's a romance game with a hint of murder, or a murder mystery with a hint of romance, it's up to you. Just don't get the two mixed up, okay? It could get really messy. Finally, someone is bringing attention to this little sci-fi game. Starfield might have passed you by, hardly anyone's been talking about it after all, so allow us to educate you. Okay, let's face it, Bethesda are RPG royalty at this point, so we have no worries that Starfield is going to let us live out our spacefaring fantasies in the best way possible. Ever since it was announced some 4 years ago, it shot to the top of the wish lists of fans of Skyrim, Fallout, Mass Effect, video games. We're ready to sink all of our time into Starfield when it comes out. Just don't bother us when it does, okay? We're going to need some space. If you thought that Baldur's Gate 3 was already out, you'd be forgiven. This iconic RPG has been in early access for a while now, but finally the paladin's blades have been sharpened, the bard's instruments have been tuned, and the rogues have, well, no one knows where they are, which means they're doing their jobs.
You gotta keep silent, don't you? Where do they flee to, you stubborn rat?
The full release will have all official D&D classes, more races, and the full campaign available to play through both alone or with a party of willing adventurers. Having brainworms has never been so much fun.
Lead the way.
Genuine members of the Brotherhood will tell you that nothing is true, but we're going to choose to believe Ubisoft when they tell us that Assassin's Creed Mirage is on the way in 2023. There's no set date just yet, but we know we'll be exploring the rooftops of Baghdad with Basim, who we actually met in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. No spoilers if you haven't played, but this prequel will delve into Basim's roots as a hooded member of the Hidden Ones. And Creed fans will be pleased to know that Mirage is going back to AC basics, with social stealth and a sprawling city to explore. We can't wait to eagle dive in. Let's stick with Ubisoft for now, and a game that you might have even forgotten was announced at E3 a few years ago. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is on the way in 2023, from the Division devs Massive Entertainment. This is a standalone Na'vi story, safely away from this year's Avatar: The Way of Water. Insert joke here about knowing you're in the future, because Avatar sequels are actually arriving in theaters. And if you're wondering how it can possibly look this pretty, the game has been built entirely in the latest version of the Snowdrop engine. Just when you thought you'd gotten over your replacing radiators addiction, a whole new world of cleaning and renovation awaits. But for House Flipper 2, devs Frozen District haven't just added some new window washing tools and extra furniture. Instead, we now have entire seaside town Pinnacove to explore in story mode, complete with jobs to do and characters to meet. There's also a brand new sandbox mode that will let us build entire houses from scratch. Oh, and fun fact, Pinna is Italian for flipper. You really do learn something new every day. Sometimes a game comes along with visuals so inspiring that we immediately want to disappear into that world. Planet of Lana looks like an absolutely beautiful side-scrolling experience that sees us join the titular Lana and her trusty, adorable companion Mui. The pair must puzzle their way across a lush but absolutely deadly environment to save the planet. Thankfully, Mui isn't just squee-inducing, and has all kinds of abilities for us to make the most of with companion-based gameplay. Expect this to be one of the best indie games of 2022. And now for one of potentially the most unlikely games of the year as we join our favourite childhood characters in Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley. And melody is the, key word here. This is a musical adventure with a soundtrack from Sigur Rós. This unexpected collaboration accompanies Snufkin's journey across Moomin Valley, where a series of hideous parks have been built. Yes, you heard us right, parks. Even the risks here are wholesome. At least we're armed with this deadly harmonica. Now let's leave Moomin Valley far, far behind and head to Metropolis for one of the year's most exciting games. Rocksteady's follow-up to its Batman Arkham series is none other than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where we're clearly being instructed not to be a hero.
I was just about to do that!
Instead, we join Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark on a mission to bring down a brainwashed Superman and co. Expect quips aplenty and an incredible open world to explore alone or with friends. Just give us a date now, please, Rocksteady. We've been so patient.
So, figure out who we're killing yet? Oh.
2 words, arcane and vampires. Redfall is what happens when you mix the Dishonored devs with an open-world co-op FPS with a taste for human blood. A legion of Dracula-likes have managed to block out the sun on the island of Redfall, and we're tasked with battling the blood-sucking horde either alone or with friends. As you'd expect from Arcane, each character has their own unique abilities to use in a variety of inventive ways for maximum vampire slayage. We already know that Buffy would be so proud. We were secretly hoping for a 2022 release for Stone Age Stardew-like Roots of Pacha, but it means yet another reason to be excited for 2023's lineup. We had a taste of what's to come here with the Steam Next demo, and can happily say that this feels like the perfect blend of traditional Stardew-style gameplay and fresh mechanics to fit the prehistoric time period. Inventing new technologies to progress humanity feels brilliant, and means we're constantly going to be redesigning and upgrading as time rolls on. And you thought your time in Pelican Town felt like an age. And finally, if you thought the Disney version of Pinocchio was terrifying enough, we'll never look at donkeys in the same way again, then you might not be ready for The Lies of P. This is a grim action Souls-like, inspired by the story of this wannabe real boy and his maker Geppetto. Here we wake up in the city of Krat, a horrifying and twisted metropolis of, well, seriously evil puppets. As Pinocchio, we must battle and, importantly, lie our way through this unique world. Just mind your nose. So, those are some of the most exciting new games on the way to PC in 2023. Let us know which ones you're most excited about in the comments below, drop us a like if you enjoyed this sneak preview, and subscribe to Logitech G for more lists just like this one. If you already subscribe, hit that notification bell to know exactly when our next video lands.